Mads, how you doing, man?
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Obviously this is your first time being on Empire Universe Media, so welcome and thanks for taking your time. I know we had to reschedule.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
Hey, no problem. I understand, you're a European native, but are you gonna still celebrate the July 4th weekend?
Yeah, I probably am. Like, I'm in Vegas, so
You got no
and I'm
choice.
living with Americans, so yeah, I am. Like, I mean, it's cool.
You know where you're from. Do you have any like kind of like a July 4th weekend celebrations back home?
I think so, but I'm not really into that shit back home, so I don't know. Not saying it's shit, excuse my French, but like I'm not really into the like to the Danish holidays or what you say. So I think we have, but I'm not sure.
That's okay, man. I know you're focused on your fight camp anyway. So let's talk about that. How are you feeling at the moment? How's your weight and how's fight camp going so far?
My weight is good, and like camp is just like starting. Like, of course, there's still quite a lot of time to go, so you can't overdo it. You gotta ease into it, if that's what you say. Ease into
Mhm.
it, like amp it up slowly, and then amp it down a little, like slow it down as well. So everything is good. I'm
Yeah,
happy.
good to hear. Good to hear. I noticed that you've been training over at Extreme Couture, but you've also trained a little bit with Dan Hardy. So where's your main base of camp going to be for this fight?
So my main camp is Extreme Couture. The only reason I was with Dan is because I'm good friends with the dudes who does the Raptor, Jamie and James Mystery. That are doing his Raptor show, and of course Dan. I met him on multiple occasions. And then there was a Bellator event in London, so I was like, okay, I want to go watch Bellator, but why don't I just go and train a little bit with Dan and Jimmy Wallhead and say hi to my buddies as well, so I could do both. So that was why I was there.
And what was the experience like to train over with Dan, a guy like Dan?
Oh, it was cool. Dan is a freaking nerd, and that is meant in the best way possible. Like, and he's a legend too, so it's always cool to to be around a dude like him and be a sponge and just listen to what he has to say and stuff like that.
Like getting close in range with him and whatnot. I know there was kind of talks about him maybe trying to make a comeback, like whether it's boxing or strictly MMA. Do you think that's still going to happen? I don't know if he's had a
Uh,
fight announced or not.
like him doing a comeback in MMA.
Yeah,
Well, I wouldn't know, but he was scheduled to fight Diego Sanchez,
that's what I
but
thought.
I
I
think
wasn't
something
sure.
happened there. But that was in a boxing match. That was in a pure boxing match.
Yeah, I mean, like, what's your thoughts about a lot of MMA fighters transitioning into the boxing scene and the bare knuckle scene?
I mean, if they can make good money, why not? So it's cool.
Excellent.
I wouldn't really do it, I think, but hey, man, if you see an opportunity and you think it's cool and you can make some money to feed your family and stuff, like go for it.
Of course, of course. I do want to talk about your opponent here, though. I spoke with Pedro a couple days ago. He's excited about the fight. He knows it's going to be fireworks. Bellator 285 in Dublin, Ireland. Was this the kind of opponent that you were looking for in the rankings, or is it just who Bellator gave you?
No, it's like he asked to fight me after his fight in November back in actually when he fought in Dublin. I was cornering Patchy there and I saw him. He said he wanted to fight me. And then I tried to make it happen. I don't know, for some reason that shit didn't come about. And then now it's on.
Well, his wish has been granted. With this fight, you're gonna be fighting in Dublin. I mean, of course, Dublin's kind of like his second home, so I would imagine he's probably getting the home field advantage with the home crowd. But are you kind of excited to be able to fight in that kind of in that atmosphere and knowing how crazy the Irish fans get?
Oh yeah, the Irish fans is fucking crazy, man. When I was cornering Patchy when he was fighting James Gallagher, that atmosphere was absolutely insane. Like one of the coolest crowds I've seen. So yeah, I'm looking forward to smash this fool in front of them.
Yeah, yeah, I know you're excited. Granted that obviously the fans are probably gonna be more on his side. How do you prepare for the crowd versus the crowd versus you?
I don't give two fucks about that crowd when I'm in the cage. Yo, I'm gonna shut him the fuck up when I fucking spin his jaw, and that's it.
Yeah,
They can go out and drink their fucking Guinness or do whatever the fuck they want. I don't give two shits. I'm there to smash his fucking face and collect the check.
well, obviously you're there to win. If you had to get any kind of prediction upon how you think you're going to win, when are you going to finish the fight?
I don't give two fucks. I'm just coming in there to fuck this guy up, and that's it.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear that. Now with this fight, I mean, like, if you beat him, would you kind of like to have a rematch with Borics, or are you just looking to maybe get a title shot or get another guy underneath your belt before going for another title shot?
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to overlook Pedro. So he's all that's on my mind right now. You know, gotta respect the opponent you have in front of you. And yeah, I'll take it from there. But like I've been calling out Vaishnav for a long time. I'd like to fuck him up too, but we'll see what happens. You know, I see they've had like talks about maybe coming to Japan as well around New Year's. I think I saw Coca talk about that at one of the events. I'm not sure, but if they go to Japan, I really, really, really love to fight in Japan. That's like on my bucket list too. But I'm not sure. But I just think I saw him say that.
Kind of rewinding here, talking about Borics. I mean, the fight that you had with him was an unbelievable fight. In that fourth round, though, you kind of had a bit of a dance going on there. You know, watching it and looking back on it, did it kind of remind you of the whole Garbrandt and
Cruz?
Cruz? Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, what was the reason for that? Like, what made you decide to do that in that round?
I know most motherfuckers they don't know jack shit of what they seen. I'm sorry. Like people be like, oh, he got hit. But if you look at those at that sequence right there, I was rolling, shoulder rolling, blocking like 8, 9 shots and shit. So I was like rolling, blocking. I was like, it just popped in my mind. Do something like make him look like a fool. And like I don't know why I just did that shit. And then he tried to do the same. So we had a cool little exchange right there. That fight was fucking fun.
Yeah, no, and I think like it's good that fighters do that kind of thing. It brings a crowd in, and you know it really helps if you have like a fight before that's just a snooze fest, and it really brings the fight in. And if the fight itself is awesome, which it was, it just ramps it up even more.
Yep. Yeah, that was a fun fight.
You know, I want your thoughts in the division. Speaking of Borics, I don't know if he's going to get that next title shot or not. But it looks
so.
like it's probably going to be McKee and Pitbull most likely for that trilogy. Do you?
Oh, that's not what it seems to me. For me, it seems that it's actually Boris who get it.
You really think so?
I think Boris is gonna get him because if you've seen a lot of the interviews and shit, what AJ said after this last fight, he was like, "I'm fucking done with 45."
Yeah. So if he moves up,
yeah. So if he moves up, then like it's got to be Boris. But of course, I don't know. But it's just a gut feeling I have.
And I mean, like, do you think did you get a chance to watch the second fight?
I just watched like short bits of it. It was a little bit like boring, I think.
And in your thoughts, do you still think that Pitbull won that fight?
I mean, it was a toss up. You could have given it to both guys, from what I saw.
And do you feel McKee will actually fight a lot even better now that he won't be cutting all that weight?
No clue. Only he will know.
And for yourself, like, have you ever had thoughts of moving up or going down?
I mean, every time you gotta fight, you're like, oh my God, I gotta cut this fucking weight. Like, let me just fight the way that I am. Like, in a lot of ways, I feel MMA should take something from boxing and implement more weight classes. And I know a lot of guys like, oh yeah, but then there's gonna be too many belts and this and that. But yeah, more belts make more super fights, and it's not like it's gonna be like in It's not like it's going to be like in boxing where WBC, they have WBC silver champ, diamond champ, franchise champ, this champ, that champ per division. If you're fighting for Bellator, there's only one champ per division. Unless the champ is ineligible to fight, then there's an interim. But it's not like there's going to be 50 different championships in the same weight class. So in a sense, I would think that would be cool if MMA implemented more weight classes. And I also think it will make the fights perform better.
And that's what listening to Joe Rogan podcast, I think he had Eric Anders on. They spoke highly. He spoke about it multiple times about guys cutting weight and how it would really fix the issue with fighters not making weight and just making it easy on the fighters and not just multiple weight classes, but not even having to cut weight, just fight on the weight that you're at.
Yeah, but I think that is going to be a little bit tough maybe to implement, like just fight around the weight that you're at, because there will always be guys that will try to take advantage and cut like huge amounts of weight. So there will always be some of those guys, but I think it would help if they made like the same weight classes as in boxing, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Of course,
maybe a little less, but yeah, around the same amount of weight classes as in boxing. As far as I know, right now MMA, what do we have? 8 weight classes or something now?
Yeah, there's quite a few. There's a lot more than there has been in the past, but no, they're doing a better job trying to create more weight classes.
Yeah, we also got to remember MMA is a freaking young sport too, so we still like guys are still learning on the job.
Exactly, as much as UFC was around, I think in the 1992, 91, it was something like that. But yeah, MMA is still really young in the sport, that being said. So, unlike boxing, like you talked about, you got silver, gold, and all these other fucking colors. It's a totally 2 different things going on right now. So we'll definitely see about that. And I want to talk, I want your prediction, another 145 big fight this weekend in UFC. You got Max Holloway and the champ Volkanovski. Do you follow those guys at all?
Not really, but I really hope that Max is going to win because I think Volkanovski is boring as shit.
Yeah, and with that second fight, there's a lot of people who thought that Volkanovski actually lost, and I heard that there was a betting company that even gave a lot of people their money back because they even thought that Volkanovski had lost, and they were really upset.
Whoa.
So that I would have to say that would speak a lot upon their thoughts.
Oh shit, that's pretty cool from a betting company to be like, nah, man, we think he lost too. Here, take your money back.
Because normally most betting companies, they're not giving your money back. Like, you make your pick, that's up to you.
That's pretty sick.
Do you bet on fights by any chance?
I always tell people, if you want to make a bet, ask me who I'm betting on and then pick the opposite. Then you're 100% sure you're going to win.
So necessarily, you haven't won much money
at betting. I never bet.
Fair enough. Well,
I've never won any money on any martial art.
Never.
No, not on betting.
What's that?
Not on betting.
That's fair enough. Would you ever bet on your own fight though?
Nah, I don't think so. No, I just go in there and do me.
Fair enough. And so hence, depending on a perfect world, you talked about maybe get on that card in Japan that they're talking about.
Yeah, but see that Japan, I don't know if I heard something like if he said that. But I just remind after one of the events in one of the post-fight things, I just think they said they were looking to go to Japan, but it's not sure. But I don't know.
Well, let's just say if it does happen, and you can't get on that card, and in a perfect world after this fight, what kind of time frame are you looking at to come back after?
Yeah, then it will be December. If it's Japan, if they go to Japan, I want to fight in December. If not, I want to fight February.
And I mean, you'll be fighting in that amount of time. How long is your camps normally for, and how much time does it take you to cut weight?
Like 8 weeks is my camp usually.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
And
sorry. Yo. Oh, there we go. Sorry.
no worries. And so so it takes you about, you said what, 8 weeks?
No, 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
I can
Okay.
do it on 6 too. I can do it on 5 too. But my camp is usually 8 weeks.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, that's everything for you, Mads. I appreciate you taking the time again. It's a
Thank
pleasure
you.
having you on. I don't normally get both guys that are fighting each other on here, so it's a pleasure talking with you both. And I'm looking forward to the fight. A lot of people are looking forward to the fight. It's gonna be fireworks. So
Yep.
everyone tune into this fight because you not want to miss it.
Yeah, tune in. Tune in, baby. It's gonna be fireworks.